Yeah, that's right.
Hey everybody, we're gonna get started here in a few minutes. Right about 7 minutes after the hour, we got some power hitters here right now, baby. Crypto Memer 77, I need you to go into that top 20 room for Shogun and put in the animal you want to see in your PFP. Watching this. Oh, Doge is here in the house. Here's Zilla. Kicking it. Basic. Welcome, Dan the Man. The misspelled cat car is here. Awesome. And St. Nick is here as well. Now, if some of you are paying attention, you'll see that the front door does not say Mad Show. It says Shogun Update. So everybody that's here is here because they are either a Shogun partner or they were invited by a Shogun rep. Beans and Baloney is here today. Welcome. You can get started right in about maybe 3 or 4 minutes. I'm all hyped up because I just came from a Rooster Brewster show. So if I sound like a barker for the first 5 minutes, because I'm a chameleon. Make sure if you are here and you are one of our partners, make sure you bring some of your people in. Throw some flowers out. We're going to be explaining a lot of stuff that's going to be going on. Agba Pro Max with 1X. Make sure you go around the room and follow everybody that's in the room. Follow to make you holla. Work for your bags. One of my favorite coin mentalities right there, baby. You're doing their thing. One of the biggest partnerships we got in there is Vote Doge. Got some of the biggest partnerships in here today. We're going to explain a lot of stuff that's been going on. We're going to invite the partners to come up and speak and add their 10 cents in. This is not just a shill show today. It is about, we can talk about your everything you're building. Crypto meme, the owl one is already taken. So sorry. I got a hawk one for you. You want a hawk? I can make the hawk one. Welcome over to all of our patrons over in TikTok. We're also simulcasting over on YouTube and TikTok, of course. Make sure you click on my PFP. All right, Drew. I think we're kind of ready. You ready, buddy?
Yep, I'm ready. Let's go.
All right. It's not going to be the usual intro, so I'm going to try to pull this off. It's made by a friend of mine called Longway. Here we go. What's up, everybody? I'm Trader Max, and we're here on the Shogun Update Space today. Here on September 25th, 2024, this is where we make history. We've invited a lot of you here today because you're partnered with us in our pre-sale or pre-coin release as a network of crypto services and systems. The Shogun mentality is about right, honor, hard work, determination, and just stick-to-itiveness that is by far the best. The top 5 people of this organization are as follows. Myself, Trader Max. Andrew, who's also Shogun Crypto in the space today. Martin. Rip. And Amy Kuipers. We are probably some of the strongest builders that I've ever put together. Behind us, there's a group of 20 strong-willed, determined people. People like Shane, Sharky, Brian, Quinton, and many more down that list. Also in that top 5 is Rip. Can't believe I pushed that one out there. I just did that. He's gonna fucking kill me later. Now, when the top 5 first made this organization, we had a plan in mind. Bring value, bring strength, bring right and honor and determination. Exude that from everything that we do. Provide value. Provide worth. Provide win-win. And most of all, let's make some money. I've been in teams that have turned the tides on armies. I've started off small and I've grown big. My biggest organization was over 27,000 people. We're going to quadruple that our first month. This spacious show is brought to you today by Shogun, and all of you are Shogun. We're launching our pre-sale. You'll be getting in, starting that process there. You're going to hear a lot of alpha that's out today and what we're going to be talking about. If you have a project to shill today, please do so, but you're going to be asked a bunch of questions as you come out about your relationship with us and how you can provide value for us as well. All right, make sure that you follow both Drew and I. Everybody in here should possibly already have followed us. Make sure that you share the show out so others that are coming in can listen to what we're doing and what you're doing as well. But first up, I want to kind of talk to all of you. I can't thank you enough for being here today and being a part of us. When I have you probably come out, Drew's probably going to have you come out and talk. Remember that this is not just a shill your project day today. This is a organized shill room, but also about what we're building and what we've done with Shogun and what we're coming with. And then we're going to have a part of the show where we're going to talk about what else we may need as we build this thing out. Drew, thanks a lot, buddy, for putting all this together today.
Yeah, man, it's been a nice size space so far. We've got about 20 people in here. Let's all share the space, make sure, because each person could bring in 2, 3, 5 more people to hear all the things we're talking about, and also hear more from these other projects that we're partnered with.
Yeah, because we're going to be talking about things that include your community, about the things that you can do to build up your community and help provide some things, and we're going to be talking about these things, our mindsets on what we're building behind the scenes of Shogun and why. Most of you know our story and what we've done, but now you're going to hear it from other perspectives today, and why we're doing what we're doing. It's not just about the almighty dollar. It does have a sense of value to every community that we want to be a part, because you can change a handful of people's lives by just doing the right thing and coming out and talking at the right moments. But let me tell you right now, if you can find a way to build value in every community, you can change the world. I don't need to change the entire world. Like, I don't know how much I like Hoboken, New Jersey, but do I need to change it? But I do know that I can change the world around me and everybody that's around me just by participating and being here. So thanks a lot for being here today. We really do appreciate you. And we're going to start by just kind of coming out and telling you what's been going on, give you a quick update of everything that's happening. If you're watching over on YouTube, you can watch the numbers there as well. Over on YouTube, click my PFP. I'll give you a couple seconds to get over there. You can watch over there. Please make sure that you follow or subscribe to the stream over there. It's starting to get a new look. It's going to go from Trader Max to Crypto or Shogun Crypto. You'll see me in Twitter still with my PFP over there. I got a brand new PFP too. I redid my art from the lovable little tiny baby kitty cat to the Raring Panther, which is my brand to begin with. And then everybody within our top 20 will be having that as well. All right. So as you probably know Drew, you know myself from the Mad Show. Most of you, we've partnered, some of you that we partnered with, like Vote Doge, and some of the other people in there. We have, other creators and other devs here that know who we are and what we've been doing, and know our level of workload and what we're building in this world. And here, as of on Monday at 1 p.m. or 1:30 p.m., whatever it was, we launched our coin over on Pink Sale. Drew, if you could put something up on the Jumbotron, I appreciate it, sir. From Shogun Crypto. As we released it, it was hectic, man. Let me tell you, I don't know if anybody ever released anything on Pink Sale, but it was hectic because there was a whole bunch of things that we didn't know until we knew. And you don't know until you push the fucking button, right? So right up there in the Jumbotron is our sale up there. Now, before you go, if you haven't bought into our pre-sale yet, I'm not here just to sell you on the pre-sale today. I'm not here to tell you to go over there and your whole life is going to change, because the price of entry there is not buying into the pre-sale. The price of entry is participation, not in just into what you're doing for your communities, but into us as well. If you really want to make a partnership work with us, there is a mutual quid quo pro mentality between both of us. And it's not always going to be even. There'll be value. I call it the brick and feather technique. Sometimes you're throwing a brick and sometimes you're throwing a feather. It's okay. We will work it all out. We will build heavy systems for you. If you're just using one thing of us, or you may be using the entire thing. Our Panther Pilot relationship is now going to turn into the Shogun Services relationship, right? So Panther Pilot is still there. That's the main company of the services network. But now we're sort of giving it a brand switch into the Shogun Services Systems, which will be all those tools back there, but with a Shogun brand on it. And that's very important. It's a white label mentality that's back there. It's a reseller system. It's a program that is designed, that has a tremendous amount of people behind it, and all of you get it for free. Every single community that we work with, every single one will get it for free. All of our products are free. Now, there are some that will be behind the scenes, like you may have to pay for some things, but anything that cost money in the back systems, like if you wanted a text management system and all that stuff, and you wanted, to use the AI integrated network back there to do all your work, come on, that does cost money. I can't complain about that. I wish I could give it to you for free right now, and it may become free later on, but that's not even something you need to worry about right now, because there's so many other things in there that is worth it. There's like 40 products back there in that system, and we're going to get you all signed up and working in there. There's a learning system, some hands-on people like Amy and Brian and Quentin that are going to be back there getting these things on for you as well and helping you travel that process. But along with that, the Pink Sale and this fair sale that we put out was designed not to go to the world, but go to the people that we trust that are back there, because we are a crew of everybody that's here are rock solid. We call it diamond balls or diamond hands, right? Whatever it is. But this process of this build that we have made was made because we wanted to, one, increase the value of our services and systems to help many other communities, not just ourselves, right? We didn't buy a coin, we didn't make a coin and then build all this stuff. We built the majority of this stuff and then we made a coin. So that can tell you right now. There's a statement that's out there. It's called the proofs in the pudding is in the eating. I could tell you it's pudding. I could show you it's pudding. But until you taste it, is it good pudding? Who knows, right? But you have to taste it. You got to be a part of that. And so what Drew and I and Rip and Amy and Martin have put together is a network of service systems that will help you at one point or another, whether it be advertising or marketing or your website systems or your trading systems back there that have a 20% referral fee for every single trade that goes underneath your company, your community's referral key is huge. Also, being a part of our coin doesn't automatically put you into a rev share, but if you are there and you're working in our network and you're a holder and you're part of you've heard me say the top 20 and the top 5, and I'll give you a little bit of breakdown what that is here in just a minute. But there is a part of us that even our retail market, eventually, as we build out our income services system, will get rev share. It may not be a lot, maybe $40 a day or $30 a day at that point. It may not be a lot, but you don't really have to do a lot to make all that work. And those are things that are here for the near future. Our rev share will begin almost immediately with our top 5 and our top 20 because they are people that are there doing the hard work, the heavy lifting, the cannons. You're getting everything pushed in. You are building and you're workaholics. I like to call them the Drews, right? Because he's the first person I had met in this space that had worked as how hard he has worked. But I know there's others. I know there's like the Shanes and the Ransoms and the others that are in the back there and the Quintons. My own son, Quinton, is in them. Doxing him as well. It's a family environment. My wife is in this network. My best friend, Amy is here. AK-47 down there. You'll be able to tell our PFPs by our orange bandanas and our scarves. All of our partners can get these as well for themselves as we go. The little moniker of our coin head being on the pages that we show that are part of the Shogun protection and value. All right, so I think a lot of what's about to happen, Drew, is in this show today. I kind of want to bring out people that have partnered with us directly and talk about how things are going, the how they feel about what we're about to build and put out there for the partnership. And kind of come out and talk on that, who they are, what they've done. Do as quick, like a 1-2 minute introduction, who you are, okay? And how our partnership, if you're partnered with us, or if you're here to partner with us, to talk about that process. And then I want to speak on one more thing. We'll do like 1 or 2 of them, and then we'll come out and speak again. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, perfect. Before we head out and bring the first person, I'm going to show you what the system looks like. Over on YouTube, you can see over there, you'll see right now that we're right around 57 souls since we fired off on Monday. We have a soft cap of 150. We have a hard cap of 600 soul. We're holding 50% of the coin. We've done as soon as it's reached, we're doing a 51% lock, 51% burn on all raised capital from this pre-sale. So that'll be immediate as soon as it goes live. There's no locking it for a year. It's an immediate burn. We'll also be burning a tremendous amount of coin as we go, or locking it down depending on what the partners are going to decide. But the majority of the coins being held for the team is all broken down in our white paper, which will be released later on today onto our website and system. But the majority of it will go to building the services and systems for your communities. So investing in who we are by getting us to launch is what's going to trigger all these other things. We have our trading bot, our raid bot is already beta developed. We have the signature foundation for some of our bigger programs, which is it's sort of between a launchpad meets deck screener meets pump fund meets I don't know what else, an auditing system, a reputation network in there. So you know when new coins are coming out, who they are, that they've been verified, and that they're using our tools and systems. They have to qualify in our first phases to be able to use our systems. But those are all coming, those are all started in that process. And the funding from this comes from the pre-sale, which is all of you. So if you invest, you'll get the tools faster. Those that do invest and that are partners with us and they vested into us, they will be the beta and the guinea pigs, if you will, of the systems, and they'll get first crack at everything and help us build it by being a part of these little voting clubs and systems that we'll have back there as well in our DOA or DAO, if most people call it, in that process. All right, so that's just a little bit of an update there on the pre-sale, how it's going. We see it going very fast from this point on because we're starting to show up in spaces. People are starting to get in. We've just hit 300 on our Shogun Crypto Twitter, thanks to Drew and his hard work and the rest of the team out there. We've made some great partnerships. And of course, we got the Rooster Brewster with his hand up. What you got, buddy?
Thank you so much for... I know I told you guys in the other space that I have a meeting I gotta go to in a couple minutes. So if you don't mind, if I can speak first, you know, if that's okay.
You got it, brother. Can you hear me?
Oh, I don't hear anybody anymore.
Oh,
am I rugging?
Rooster, can you hear us?
Can you hear us, buddy? Oops. Oh no, Elon!
I think I'm rugging. Okay, I'll drop down. I'll drop back up. I'll drop down and then I'll make another request.
Get him right back up here, buddy. As soon as he does, I'm not seeing him there. I see him, but I don't. Are you hearing me now?
Yeah, no, I could actually hear Rooster. He just couldn't hear us.
Yeah, that was happening in his space too. It was crazy. He has a flip phone. That's what it is. Nokia 7. No, I can't.
All right, wait, he's coming back up.
He's coming back up.
Rooster, are you there?
Yes, I can now hear you guys.
Oh, there.
Thank you. Sorry about that. Yeah.
No worries, brother.
Man. Oh man. All right.
Oh, Elon, buddy. Oh, Elon. Let's go.
Oh, Elon. Yes. And, you know, I just want to speak about that partnership. Yes, you know, Andrew and I, we've been talking in the back channels, you know, and we've already had, we kind of have an informal partnership already with Shogun. You know, we are, you know, passing contacts back and forth, and we're jointly, you know, looking after projects to help support them. I know you guys are supporting them on the bot side, on the trading side, and we're trying to support them more on the liquidity locking side to help generate revenue on that end for Vault. And so, yeah, you know, and I always like to partner with teams that are always building and grinding, and you guys are out here all the time. I know you guys have a regular spaces, and you guys always come through on mine, and I see Andrew all the time in the same spaces that I hit up. I hit up probably 5 to 10 spaces a day, and you guys are always there too. So, yeah, and Andrew too. He's also a regular player of ours at Aftermath Poker, and you know he does his networking thing. I can see him, I can sense it. Like he's in the VC, he's talking about spreading the good word of Shogun, but in a very crafty way. And so I know he's doing a lot of networking in there as well too. And we love seeing that. We love seeing projects come through, networking with us. And Trader Max, I don't know if you're a poker player, man. I don't know. It's kind of scary. It's a lot of token devs. It's like 60 or 70% of our players are token devs. So they're all really good at poker, man. Who would have thought that a bunch of these crypto degens would be really good at poker? I mean, I guess they would have to be, right? That's why we're in this business, right? But if you want to come through, we got a game every Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. We'd love to have you. Again, it's a great way to network. About 60, 70% of our players are token devs, token deployers, Web3 professionals, DeFi protocol heads. We got some really, really good players in there. Goldfish, I mean, that guy, man, he's good. And we got St. Nicholas down there. He's part of the Aftermath Poker crew, and he's a habitual winner. That guy is a card shark. He's got like those dad vibes. And he got his baby in the background, but he's like, he's a card shark, and he just like wins all the time. And so, yeah, we got a pretty interesting group of characters that come through. This game this week is hosted by Vault. which is partnered with Shogun, and it's a liquidity locker that allows projects to earn those V2 or swap trading fees on their locked liquidity without unlocking. They're also hosting our giveaway as well. So if you register for the game by 11 a.m. Eastern on that Friday, you get into a drawing for half a Solana, 0.5 Solana, and then our cards start flying at 9 p.m. Eastern that night, every Friday night at 9 p.m. So come through, have some fun. It's a great night of networking. And Trader Max, if you're game, hey, come through. Yeah. We play.
Yeah, blackjack was my thing for the days I lived in Reno. But yeah, I'm a Texas Hold'em player as well.
All right, that's awesome, man. And last thing, I do want to share a little bit of bad news, okay? Here's the bad news. I see like 30, 40 people in here. But there's only 23 likes, there's only 23 retweets, and there's only 12 comments. Come on, guys. You guys can do better than that. Max engage with the space. Move those thumbs. Max engage. Support Shogun Spaces. You guys are here trying to spread your message about your projects. You have every incentive to spread the room because that spreads your message as well. So, guys, Max engage. I do have to run to my next meeting, but I just wanted to pop by, show you guys some love. I know you guys are always coming up to my spaces, so it's time for me to reciprocate. So I just wanted to come through, show some love, and after that meeting, if you guys are still open, I'll swing back by after that meeting. So thank you guys for the platform.
You are always welcome, and we appreciate it. Make sure that you check out Rooster's PFP. Get over there and look at all the stuff for Vault. I can't wait for that thing to come over to Solana, and we can start doing some business. Let's go.
Let's go, baby. All right, man. I'll see you guys later, and I hope
brother.
You have a good spaces. Yeah.
Thanks, bud. Always an awesome time with Rooster Brewster. He's such a known, person in this space, and everybody's space is out there. You see him everywhere, another hardworking person. One day, if I could ever capture him down to be in our top 20, man, that'd be fucking awesome. But, he's busy. He's got a lot of stuff. It's all good. All right. So, Drew, I guess who do we have first up outside of Rooster Brewster there? I know some people don't like to follow that stuff. So if you got it, come on out. Grab him up, Drew.
Yeah, I think up first, we should have Ransom up to speak. We just added him to our team, so I would love to hear from him.
Yeah, happy to talk, and I'm never too afraid to follow Rooster. That's my boy.
There you go. Some call it the cockle-doodle boohoo, right? Because they don't want to follow him after that.
Yeah, that's and I get it. But you know what? It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. It sets the bar high, and I like to jump high. So let's go. But yeah, I'm honestly just thrilled to be signed on with this project. These guys have been super helpful with me already. Like the first day that I met these guys, they reached out, and I was in a space with them. Loved their energy, loved their vibe, loved their seriousness. And that was just a space for me to chill, which they just offered that platform up. I loved the space itself. And I was just thrilled with that. I was trying to help them out in the ways I could, going over on YouTube. By the way, everybody, let's go ahead and open up a second tab on YouTube and give them a view. You can mute that tab, but I mean, that does help push that algorithm. And they are simultaneously streaming this, which just, increases the reach further. So go ahead and try to do that if you can, guys. But yeah, I loved the space right away. And I just really loved Max and Andrew's style, demeanor, and their seriousness, their professionality. And in that space, I was mentioning that, I was still pretty new to everything, still very new, still learning all the time. But I mentioned that one of the big hurdles and kind of a headache or a nightmare that I was facing, I was like, I've got to somehow get a website up and running for this project. And they hooked me up with Panther Pilot. And I went in there that day and was just really blown away by how robust that system was. And I was honestly just using it for the site builder itself, but realistically it's so much more than that. There's so much going on in Panther Pilot, and so yeah, I was blown away by how they kind of walked me through that and stuff. And just in this space, especially, hopefully we're moving to a little bit more of a supportive era in this space down here. But at the time it was still quite a bit of PvP and just like, I'll get mine and you get yours if you can, and stuff like that. So for them to just be so supportive like that, and they maintain that level of support, it was just incredible, and it blew me away. And so yeah, the second I got an opportunity to work alongside them. I jumped at it. I was thrilled to be working with them because the stuff they're working on is going to be so huge when this next phase of the cycle heats up. And yeah, they're laying incredibly strong foundations right now. So it's just, it's a really incredible honor to be able to be on this team and help them with all of this incredible work they're doing.
Absolutely, Ransom. We've seen right away from the first time, and strategically, it's been, and I'm going to tell you all this because I'm not saying this was manipulation, but it was strategic value to know who's in the space, take inventory, what's around you, and we listen to you beautiful people that come out. To coin a coin that's here right now, you work for your bags. When you find those people that are out there just working their asses off and doing the thing, you sit back and you silently watch and you wait. And, there's a lot of turnover in this industry, right? We can say that. And we find that if you pay attention well enough, you'll see who comes up to the top, right? You'll see if you shake a can of mixed nuts, the macadamians are always coming to the top, man. And you're definitely a macadamia, man, because you're always up, you're always in, you're always part of that process. And I just love it because you just have this value of like, I'm going to work hard, damn the torpedoes, full steam ahead, let's go. And you know what? You're going to run up against a brick wall every once in a while. But the best part about this whole situation that we put you in, there's not just you. Too many devs, too many people out there go, I do it for the love of the coin. Well, fuck you. You got to do something. You got to put the mask on yourself. Get yourself some money. Get some fucking ching coming in your pocket somehow for all the work you're doing, because you can only work on so much love at one time. Drew and I and Rip and Amy and Martin all believe, like, if we can get a systematic process of our top 5 are taken care of, we have all, I'm not talking some sort of MLM here, right? A pyramid scheme here, guys. I'm talking about you're doing the workload. Like Ransom's in our top 20. And in our top 20, these are people that are in there doing works and they're taking care of certain areas. And he will get paid from the rev share that we've committed from these other systems that are paying us money. I'm not talking about just coin, not investment coin. I'm talking about real profit margin going to a rev share, a revenue share with that top 20. And at first it's going to be slow. There's not going to be a lot, but there's only 20 of them, right? So as that builds up, we'll have another group underneath that called the top 100. And that 100, which they'll have all their names, right? We're just giving them because we want you to know how many we're looking for each one. And then from there, it's right around 2,000, right? Everybody that'll be in these groups will be sharing revenue down the line at that point. Now, the great part about that is, what does that do for the holders? When you provide value to the people that are in there working your stuff, you give them not just value in, okay, the coin's worth something, yay for me later on, because that also creates something we call the were yeet. Like a werewolf, but for yeeters, right? Because they look at your coin and they go, listen, I see $7,000 in worth of coin in there, and it just dropped down a couple points, and I just lost 1,000. I got to sell some of it, or I got to sell it all, or I just lost $300. I want out, right? But if they're holding it because they're getting residual, man, they're going to stick around forever. That's what we're building here. We're building these little groups that will always be here. Right now, there's 125 people that we're looking for within this system to be a part of that. Ransom, you're one of them. Thank you very much. In the second part, I'll bring out people. We'll talk about what you were a part of before and your story there. I want to make sure that people know. Also, we have that, but let's put some time separation in between that and go off to the next thing. But thanks, buddy, for being here today and supporting us.
Yeah, man, always a pleasure.
Great. Who do we got next, Drew?
Up next, we have Work for Your Bags. What's going on, bro?
Hey, how are you guys? Good to be back.
Good, man. How you been? I haven't seen you in a little while, but man, things are still going good.
Just, deep in the trenches, as you do.
As you do, baby. As you do. Still loving the site. Super crisp. Everything going good over there. So have you had a chance to talk to about partnerships, or what's your story with us today?
Yeah, Andrew's been popping in. We've been chatting a bit. We've got the trading bot set up.
Cool.
We've got a filter set up in the Telegram where anybody who's talking about looking to buy the work token, it goes right to the sniper bot. So we got referral fees going back to the marketing wallet. So that's pretty awesome.
Sweet.
Yeah, and I'm on your website. It looks awesome, and I'm really looking forward to the rest of these tools being built out, especially the idea of the launch pad.
Yeah.
One thing that really kind of stuck out to me there. I've actually got a blog post on this going up later on today, but the idea of keeping track of reputation
Hmm.
of developers that are people in the space.
Yes.
You know, because we talk an awful lot about this kind of PvP versus PPP or player pump player mentality. The everything you've been talking about, the
Yeah, yeah.
the honor in the system, building community, having each other's back, not just sort of dumping on each other and moving on to the next scam, that kind of stuff. Like building projects that have longevity and have ethics behind them. For me, that's the difference between a meme coin and a culture coin. A meme coin is narrative and community. Culture coin is narrative, community plus philosophy, ethos, right?
Yeah.
So one thing that I'm kind of battling with or trying to think about how to tackle is this idea of almost kind of forcing accountability in an anonymous space. How do you hold each other accountable? How are you able to make sure that one bad apple just doesn't sort of spoil the bunch? Taking advantage of people that are being fair, that are for instance, say like if you're looking to take profit, maybe just kind of DCAing out on the chart instead of just dumping on everybody, that kind of stuff. So the idea of on a platform where you're able to keep track of reputation and success rates, I do say here that really resonates with us.
Yeah, and that's a great concept to sort of chime into this next part of it. Our concept for this whole, I won't even say it's pump fund because pump fund's just too, I don't know, too degen at that level. I would really say it's not even a pink sale mentality because we found some things out about pink sale we didn't like either. But the concept is that it's almost like a deck screener launchpad kind of trading system. It's going to be basically all the values of our trading bot, our volume bot, these other things that will all be involved. But it'll be a community platform where you can go create your community, put your members in there, track who's in there, and you can have like a little comment system or a little chat room on the side, to where you can talk to your people, but also anybody who trades within your community, you'll be getting that percentage like we do on our buy bot system, or our trading platform. In that solution, you can have availability of doxing logs. So that's what we want to have. We have it written down. I have it written down in my spec sheet for everything to be built out in that factor. So this isn't just sell the sizzle before everything comes out. But I don't want you to buy for that reason because we do have the foundation for it. We still have to build it, and that's what the pre-sale and everything else is going to be doing for that. But one of those things that are in there is a place of communication and education. Those are two very strong things for anybody that's listening that has a community, that you have to have communication and I know it sounds really silly, an SOP, right? Standard operating procedure.
Yep.
What the fuck happens? And I don't know if he's in here today, but what the hell happens if your Telegram goes down? What happens if you get enough negative sorts in you that report you that you go away in your Telegram? What do you got to build on? Do you have a Discord set to the side? Do you have a community set? So having like our Shogun services, our Shogun Crypto Services Network on board, that's the old Panther pilot. You have an LMS system back there to teach, but you also have a portal that you can open up in case of emergency that everybody disappears. What happened? Go to the website, log into his so we can talk to you in there just in case. Maybe, put an email down. I know you want to be anon, great, go do that. But, you build a different email, kind of thing. So communication is important, education is important, and having that availability, like you say, work for your bags and get in there, but have accountability in there as well. There's an item list in there, a task management system in the Shogun Crypto Services. I got to get used to saying that too, by the way. But that's all there. The accountability is huge. Our network it'll track people. Like for the communities that open up bags, this is not going to be a pump fund, 5,000 scammers and rugs, see who's a rugger or not. They won't even be able to open a fucking coin if they have any suspicious activity in their shit. Because I don't want them in there. I'm not looking to make a pump fund reject bullshit thing. I'm looking that we are all, and we've all came up to this agreement that we don't want that. It's not about the almighty dollar there. It's about the safe dollar. It's about the safe opportunity, not just any opportunity. That degen time is going away. With this next bullet cycle, all that stuff is going to be to the wayward side. Nobody's going to care about that. They're still going to be in there. It's the mosh pit of the concert. I want the fucking box seats now, right? I'm old enough now. I'm not down in the mosh pit at a Metallica concert or a heavy metal concert anymore. You know, I'm like the Pat Boone box up in the corner. You know what I mean? So,
well, that's what we're counting on, is the space kind of maturing to that point. You know, unpopular opinion. I look at Pump Fun as a cancer on the space. It exacerbated a lot of issues that were here already. You know, just this whole kind of gambling mentality. You know, it's definitely it's enriched a lot of people, but it's also I would say it's probably wrecked 100 times more than it's enriched. But what you're talking about with the space, I mean, first of all, the Shogun or Old Panther Pilot service, it's hard to kind of nail down what it doesn't do at this point. You know, it sounds like a sort of kind of catch-all repository for everything you need for running a project. But
it is, but it's a W-2 mentality, right? And everybody was really hardwired against it. But then you heard what Ransom said. Once you get back there, you're like, oh fuck, this is the Doctor Who box of tools, right? Like you open it up and it's like, holy,
it's a TARDIS.
Fuck, right? It's like, look how much shit's back in there, right? And you're like, I don't even know how to use it all. What am I going to do? You get overwhelmed a little. So we're going to have an onboarding section. Once the coin releases and we get everything and I can get everybody situated and we got some people, some top 20 jobs back there are running, you know, the onboarding system. It might be Ransom. It might be somebody else who knows back there, you know, all the things. And we have like coins like Latte and Martin and others that are in there. There's like 30 coins back there right now that are starting to build and start finding use to it. And it's just growing. And they're asking for other tools. There's other things that they want, which will always be growing it. Anytime that there's new stuff, you know, we turn to you guys. You guys are we're devs too, don't get us wrong, but we don't know it all. And that's one thing. I was in Rooster Space earlier, and he goes, what is something that led to your success? And for me, it was listening to my partners with an open ears and not I'm the leader here, because I'm not. There's 5 of us that are Shogun. We are the Shogun, the 5 of us. So we have to listen to each other and come up with the concepts. Like this whole free mentality, I would love to say it was all me. It's all me to a point of pushing it the way I am, but it was Drew who came to me, he's like, you know what? I don't think, you know, because we were going into spaces and talking to coins, and it was like, all right, so you see what we can do. How much supply you want to give us, you know? And I'm like, that's the old way of thinking.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how can we make this? And I said, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I was telling Drew, and he goes, maybe we just need to find a way to give it to everybody for free. It's like, nah, man, come on, we can't do that. We need to make some money. And he goes, I don't know. We got to find other ways to make money. And that's when I came up with the concept, then let's live on the transaction. The transaction is participation. And so that's what it became. Like in our trading bot, we only get paid on the transaction fees. We're not asking for $400 or $500. In fact, in our rating bot, it doesn't cost you anything. There's no way for me to make money directly from the rating bot other than advertisement dollars on the screen. And even then, we got rules and regulations in there that it's free for all of you guys to use, but it costs the advertisers that'll be back there, like service-oriented stuff. You know, like if Panther Pilot was a service-oriented company, which it is, they could advertise in there for a soul for a day or whatever, or a soul for a week or what have you. Yeah. But our other services and systems will always remain free unless you're buying certain things in there, like you want extras, really heavy extras, right? But one thing we're never going to do, ever, and this is something from pre-sale and pink sale, we're never going to sell audit. We're never going to sell KYC. We're never going to sell listing services for trending. You know, what kind of trending service sells the availability to get on a trending list? That's ridiculous. You know, to buy that kind of stuff.
It defeats the purpose. It's not exactly trending. It's just pay to play.
It's like, exactly right, right? So, I mean, there's plenty of pay to play stuff out there that I'm okay with in games, but not in real life, not with this stuff that we got going on. So fuck that shit. If you really want to be trending, we're going to have like 3 or 4 trending systems that we've already written down here. One is participation, like how many people you have, you know, how much volume you've gone through, how many transactions you have, how many community members do you have, you know, because there's going to be an internal rating system with that network too, by the way. It's all going to be, I'm not saying one-stop shop. Let's be real. You can't do it all at once, but at one point or another, it will become that. So a lot of alpha being spilled today amongst our trusted Shogun initiative here. But thank you very much, Work Free My Bag, for being here today. And you know, we'll save at the end. You can come out and talk about any alpha or anything you got come up for your bag to let everybody else here know as well.
Super quick.
Yeah.
One more question.
Sure.
Have you considered building out a community management Telegram bot, something that like would compete with, say, Rose or Cherry, anything like that?
I would love to, but they do such a good job already.
Because the one feature that I'm missing, and combat sort of does it, but I'm having a hard. It's kind of wonky. But is the idea of being able to upvote or downvote people in the space to again sort of kind of create XP or whatever, but kind of reinforce that reputation system, and then be able to lock certain features or promotions or something to a certain rank of contributor or community member.
Great idea. Lots of good ideas there. Good alpha in there. But again, it's I wish I could at this moment. It's not in our direct space file that we have. So after we get to our point, it might be something that we'd be able to put into the community center deck screener, whatever we want to call it, system, to where inside your community level you can be upgraded and downgraded at that point, create an XP value.
I would pay for that.
Oh yeah, right. Because in those particular systems, it's participation in it, right? Like be a part of it. You have your people in trading. We get it off the transaction fees. I'm okay with that, right? Because we'll make millions doing that. So, but yeah, that's a great idea, and I'll make sure I contribute some of that concept to you as well when you come on.
All right. Cheers. Thanks for having us up.
Thank you. Drew, what do you got next, buddy?
I don't know if I can see all the speakers, but I think Vote Doge is up next.
Vote Doge. Who we talking today in Vote Doge today?
Hello, it's Protector.
Hey, Protector, how you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you doing?
Doing really well. Since I think we talked last week.
Yes.
And we got the. I think we got to go ahead for the partnership, right? I saw it.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Well, we just got to get you onboarded back there.
Yeah, first of all, well done. Congratulations to your pink sale. And I wish you good luck. Hopefully it's going to go well.
Thank you.
And yeah, and we are now running your trading bot, Shogun trading bot in our Vodoge group. And I think it's going very well. It's win-win situation. When we had a chat about that, people love it. It's win-win situation. It's free for users, and you buy any token and you get something back. So it's win-win situation. So really, yeah, great. And we also planning to have a raid bot install as well, because I know that you got that already, but not at the moment, because at the moment we are doing something else. But this is something what we're gonna do.
Yeah, eventually, and again, this is a beauty part about what we're building. You don't have to stuff everything into one room. You can have multiple channels that have different raid portions and systems. There's so much space available in this world of building telegrams and network solutions that you can have one that's attributed to something that pays in native coin and another pays in SOL like ours. Our raid bot's still in beta. We are testing beta here after we get off these calls today and tomorrow to try to get that on. Our one dev in there is sort of he's got some things that he's battling with, so we're making sure that it's in there, and I'm building some other things around it. But yeah, there's a lot of good stuff coming your way as well. But you've had a lot of stuff happen over the last couple of weeks, some big changes in the coin and everything else, right?
Yeah, we already spoken about those changing. Basically, what we're doing now, we're trying to re-establish our social media presence. We are now changing all of them into real Vodoge. We were in a situation when we had like 13 copycats who wanted to use the situation of elections. As you know, we are a political coin, and November is coming very soon. So elections now, the political coin is going to be really sought for. So what we decided to do, we are running real Vodoge social media now, and we are planning to do some giveaways for sharing our pages. So if I could ask everyone.
Incentivized participation is always a good thing, especially in your coin. As far as fakers go and scammers and shammers out there, it was funny because we had Drew, it was me, Drew, and a couple other people in a room. We were putting together the pre-sale. I hit the button. I'm like, yeah, look at that. It's awesome. So we're in the room, not even 5 minutes. And somebody goes, hey, I just came from Pump Fund. I'm looking at your coin. It looks pretty good. I was like, Pump Fund? Right? And we went over to Pump Fund, and there it was. the very first one in there, and then we rushed at it. Like we all ran to the room. I put on, this is fake. This is not the real one. Don't buy it. Blah blah blah. And it rugged like 5 seconds afterwards. So, and then an hour later there was another one, and there was probably 3 or 4 in there now. But they realized immediately it's not the right one because there's a lot of value in there. So I guess that's flattery, right? It's that emulation kind of thing.
Yeah, and also I want to just say that how helpful, guys, you've been to Vodoch. Thank you very much for your assistance, and I really appreciate it. And for other guys, yeah, Trader Max really came to our group, explained to us everything. We could ask him questions. He made the time, and I thank you for that very much.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
Yeah.
I believe in your coin. I believe in what you're doing. As we develop our relationship more, the coin heads or our Shogun network will be vesting into smaller portions of your coin and who you are, because we believe when you participate in our stuff, we should be over there, watching and being a part of yours as well. We diamond hand everything that we do, and again, we try not to do a lot in every coin. We can't do it in every coin, but we can do it in the coins that are partners and that are our level in that process. So it's a very valued partnership to us that we feel. And I think you came up with a good question earlier, is like, how do you keep all the other coins from like fading you and going to ours? I can't stop them from doing that, but I can tell you that it would be, you should always diversify. We speak of diversification within our trading networks and our grooming for trading, which we also have in our network of traders. That diversification is powerful, right? If even a small bag is a moon bag with us at the moment. In this pre-sale, you get a great advantage to be able to go in there. But you should never sell unless you're so broke that you can't get into something, and then that's your answer. Live within the value that you have. If you believe in Vote Doge, believe in it and be it. If you believe in Meme Zealot, believe it, stay it. Be that part of it. If you can afford to buy small tiny bags like 0.1 or whatever, then that's what you do. But in your world, your relationship with your people through communication and what you've talked about, I listen to your cabinet. Your cabinet are all hardworking people, and so are you, Protector, in there. That I've watched you around in other spaces, and I know you have a couple people here now in the network. So that's always something that's very important. So communication is key in your area as well, and you've shown that.
Yeah, Max, and there is another thing you said, network. It's really important that we support each other. Whatever I am sharing or reading in social media or X, I always mention our partnership because I want you to do well. So I want to really spread the word about people who I trust, and I think we should all do that to each other. I love all coins. I wish I can buy them all. And
Yeah. Then we'll be broken rich at the same time, I think. There's some that I did fade a few of them that were out there that I wish I had gotten into. Pop Dog was just one that was on our show back when it was at 1 million, and now it's like at 17 million, and I'm patting my forehead with my towel now because I'm like, oh my God, But it's something that you wish you could get into everything. But what we have done is, especially with this pre-sale and pink sale that we're doing right now, fair sale, I should say. And everybody would look at this, if this was a pump sale thing or pump fund thing, and we own so much supply of the process, no one would buy in, only because they think, oh, they're just going to rug it out, blah blah blah. But everything that we're building and using that for is to create value and give value to our top 20, because when you come over there, you're part of that network in our top 100. So we'll be putting those things out, but we'll also be locking a lot of that stuff up as we go and staking it into things that will help create residual income for our people that are working us. So that's one thing to think of when you're building out your relationship in your area as well. And again, we're going to have many more of these meetings. You're going to be able to come out and we're going to talk about all the things you want. Think of all of you are part of this DAO of what we built just by being here today. If you do buy into the pink sale, you are buying into that DAO, that you have a voice within our network. Can you imagine, being your own entity and building your coin, but also have a voice in the things that are promoting your coin and building your coin with the tools and having that voice? What a huge opportunity. So I hope that some of you take upon that, because most of you are devs that are in this room. You should be over there looking about how can you vest in and be a part of that and create your voice in what we're building here today. But Protector, thanks so much for being here today. Make sure you stick around for the end to come out and talk again as final statements of your coin and what you want to tell us about in the alpha real quickly at the end.
Tra- Trader Max, just one more thing I want to
Sure.
mention before I go. We are going to have animation video out, and it's done by amazing Clarence Burley.
Hmm.
And we are working on really cool deal with Meme Flix, where we want to really show it off.
Sweet.
So yeah,
You know
please
what's
keep
so
your
funny? The interconnection value that's there, right? You said Clarence Woolley. He's in our top 20. Um, uh, Rip is invested in Pojak. I was in Pojak a while ago. So everything comes around full circle. Memeflix looks like it released its system and it's out there, and this is all great stuff. And I feel very privileged to have you here today, and I can't wait to see that animation.
lovely. Thank you for your space.
You're welcome. Drew, that was about three of them. You ready to talk about a few other things real quick?
Yep, that look like about 3 projects. Do you want to take the mic or should I?
You got something you want to chuck out?
Yeah, I can chuck something out.
Sure.
So yeah, so pretty much what's cool about Shogun Crypto and shoguncrypto.com is that we didn't come into this pre-sale empty-handed. We already have a functioning trading bot that has, last time I checked, which is a few days ago, is like 320 plus people in the system who are trading with this bot. And we also have 20 plus partnerships with projects, mainly on Solana, but we have some on Base and ETH that we talk to all the time and help out. So we're in here trying to build this platform not only for ourselves but for the projects that we partner with as well. Because not only do we offer our products and services for free, and the trading bot makes money from transactions, or the pay to rate bot um, m- makes money off the advertisements if projects choose to pay for that. But we're also here just trying to add value in all the ways that we can and not take value, because that's what we see a lot of larger spaces people do, or just large guys on Twitter who pump these projects. They're going to ask you for 1% of supply and then just dump it 5 minutes later, kill your chart. But we're here just adding value with free products and services, while also adding a platform for you guys to speak in spaces.
Absolutely. As I was popping out there, I went over and checked. It's we're so close to it. It's 394 people in using the systems. We have our biggest group so far has 10 people under them in their network using it. So there's almost 400 people in that network. We've only released it last week. We haven't really promoted a lot of it just yet because we're still in building out. We had some beta testing that we were doing last week. We wanted to make sure that we got through all of it. We've been watching the loads to the servers and everything that's there, so we are paying attention. I've built out of the 5 businesses that I built, all 5 were tech savvy systems. So I have a lot of experience releasing these things, which has been a godsend. All that experience that you get into that. But Drew mentioned something in this network that we're not just coming with our hand out. We're coming with our hands out full of stuff, right? We're providing value to all of you that are there one way or another. The experience, the value of trust, these are big things, okay? Because in this world, if it looks like a duck, smells like a duck, talks like a duck, and then it takes a crap on your floor, it's a fucking duck, right? So we try to be, as honest and reputable as possible. Yet, are there mistakes? Absolutely. I heard somebody talking about before about, getting out of a project and DCAing or trying to do the right thing. When it comes to some, you can never do the right thing. You can never do the right thing with every single person that's out there. Somebody's going to think you did it wrong. Somebody's going to think you did it right. Somebody doesn't really fucking care. They just want you, in or out or what. You get out of 1 cent of a project sometimes, and it's too much. Some have a value of thinking what the X is. Like if you make triple X or 15X on something, like that's going to be bad for you or for others, and it's not fair or what have you. If you have a good relationship with people, if you're honest and you're honorable and you're upfront, people will tell you what's going on. I even went to a particular coin that I was not vested too heavily in, and I gave them an opportunity to OTC me. And he basically told me to F off. because if I wasn't going to stick around, he didn't want to have nothing to do with me. I said, that's unfortunate. So I did just that. I left. I tried to be responsible. I did it in chunks of like 50K. You know, there's only 2 million coins, so it wasn't a lot. But it was still at a point where you got to try at least. You know, I learned lessons from not talking to others and just leaving and giving the Irish goodbye. No offense to Irish people out there, but giving the Irish goodbye. But that doesn't work either. So I find that doing the right thing is only as good as you feel it is. And if you do make a mistake, own it, apologize, but don't sit there and be ridiculed for you leaving, right? You're good people. I know that Drew and I have both suffered through that process. I know Rip. I think everybody in this space has been rugged on, been burnt, maybe left prematurely on something, made mistakes, faded something. If there's anybody here who's never done anything wrong, please leave this space. I don't like liars, you know. But if you're here and you're here coming out to talk about your stuff, please do talk about how we've helped or what we've done for you, if you can. Because if everybody here were to go there and ape in just a single soul to the pre-sale, I think we'd pretty much be at our level of what we needed to do to release and start getting this buying and building system on and out there. I'm not begging, you don't have to go do it, but if you want to be a part of that, please do go there and be a part of it, be a part of this network. And again, everybody goes to these AMAs all the time. Drew and I and Rip and Amy and Martin are always ready for an AMA at any time. You come into any space and ask me anything, ever. I have nothing ever to hide about me, what I've done, what I've been, where I've gone, where we're going. I'll tell you everything we know. But one thing I will never do to you is I'll never sell you the sizzle. I never will sell you sizzle. I will always sell you what I feel, exactly what we're doing and what we're building right now. Not something that's going to be in the future. Like, I want to build a television set that has nothing but coin on it. No, I'm never going to build that. I am going to build things that will provide value to all of you. And I'll listen to you. I'll listen to your connections. I'll listen to your experience, because I've always listened to everybody that comes to me and starts to talk to me about it, unless you're trying to sell me something, and then I'm pretty rough. But other than that. All right, you. Who do we got next, buddy?
I don't know if I can see all the speakers, but I was trying to get up Beans and
Sing it.
Beans and bologna.
I never got the song. I never got it.
Go on their Twitter account, and they have all types of memes talking about it. But yeah, there's a few more projects like probably not going to say this right, but Doraemon as well. And I think that's it.
Who I see up is Memezilla. Is there?
Yeah, no, I see Franco up right now.
Okay.
What's up, guys?
Franco, what's up, OG man? How you doing?
What's up? I'm the devil Beans and Bologna. He loves the song.
Yeah, I do love the song. I like the
yeah,
hit with
right?
a hammer
Grows
sometimes,
on you, right?
like a cancer.
yeah.
It's
No,
all
great
good,
to
man.
be here, guys.
Welcome, buddy.
I love what you're building, man. It's amazing. It looks amazing. It works amazing. It's yeah, man. It's going high, man. Full
That's
confidence.
Good.
I really want to dig in the rate bot a bit. We're using another system, but if this is solid, then we can switch. So we're getting prepared for that.
Yeah, you know, it has a different vibe than most of the other bots that are out there for raid botting. It pays in Solana. You can it's 5 cents of Solana or 5 cents of Solana, and once it gets to $1, you can pay them out, or we can always raise it up. We're taking suggestions in it. Again, it's a quick beta to put out there because we wanted to see what this value would be there. It's super simple. It's just for Twitter now. Yes, there's plenty of other places that have been a thing, but what ours has is a value. We're never going to charge for premium, not to have ads on or that kind of stuff, because that's just hokey. Deal with the ad that's on there. It helps support the revenue people that are there as well, and us. It's a give back kind of stuff. You can put it in a separate room. You don't have to have it in the same room. In that process, you can teach people how to use it. It will come with training on how to raid. It comes with its own value in this back office. So when it's out, we're going to release out the full beta here, or the full product system here. Once, I think it's like sometimes by the end of the week. I don't really do well with deadlines. I just tell you it'll be out when soon, very soon, this week we're hoping
Yeah.
for that point.
Yeah, that's better, right? It's you don't want to get stuck on deadlines and things like that.
No, you
It
need
would
a
be
bad
great
can.
if there will
Yeah,
be an option to pay them out in native tokens. I always love that, and it's a bit of the switch right now because we loaded up the other system with a bunch of tokens, so we need to get that out first.
hmm
But yeah, I'm interested, man. I love the stuff. Pink Seal is going great. It's yeah, man. You guys were full trending at 10 spots or something.
yeah, we were one of our
So it's
programmers.
crazy, right?
Yeah, so Martin came in and he like photoshopped it in 10 spots in the top 12, all top 12 spots in
Yeah.
Shogun. When I first seen it, I was like, "What did you do?" Like he's smart enough to actually hack the system to be able to go do that. But no, it was awesome to see.
That's
Like
fun.
he does
That's
little
fun.
funny things and like
Yeah,
that.
and still 5 days to go or something. So without a doubt, the soft cap will be obliterated. That's without a doubt. And yeah, I'm looking forward, man. It's you guys are rocking it, man.
I appreciate that, really do. And I know that we're heavily involved with Beans and Bologna. I know Drew's been working with you and a lot of stuff. So feel free always to come to our spaces and be a part of that. We
Yeah, I
always
love that,
appreciate
man.
you.
I love when I got the time. I'm there, man, and that's without a doubt that we're gonna pop soon, and we're getting ready for some pushing. We launching a bunch of bots. I think six at once or something like that. It's not we're not in the trading bots and things like that. There's smarter people like you guys to do that, but we're more of the engagement style. So we got some Twitter forwarders and Discord forwarders and YouTube forwarders, and a meme generator coming that instantly can produce clothing also. So that's fun with our storefront that people can make their own art, and if it's good enough, we set it online. And yeah, we're gonna have fun, man.
Cool. Look forward to seeing all that stuff come out.
Yeah, man, we too.
All right.
I built it all myself, and we hired a bot dev to finalize it and make it all safe. And yeah, man, we're gonna have fun, man.
That's good. All right. So Drew, who's that? So I know that you Dorimon, right? Dorimon. I don't even know if I'm saying it right now.
Yeah, that's who's up next. What's going on, guys?
Hey, hey, Shogun. Hey, Trader Max. Thanks for having us up here. Just going, was going through some of the new stuff that you guys are doing, and definitely really interesting. I think the raid bot, which Andrew told me about recently, is something that we'd definitely be really interested in as well. We are already onboarded with the trading, Shogun trading,
Oh, cool.
have been advertising that, in the community for people to use. Because, yeah, majorly, looking to gain some fees, to get some ethical profits being made through the project and such.
Absolutely. It's not a lot, but it is enough to start the ball rolling and getting things in. And we appreciate you being here. So I see from your because if you're watching over on YouTube, I'm on his Twitter right now. I went to his website, Dorimon. You at the end of the show today, I would definitely like to talk to you about the process. How long you've been in and doing all that kind of good stuff. So we're always you got a great barrier of entry happening right now. You got a lot of good stuff happening. I know that you're part of that cat collective over with Lumi and those guys, right? We pay attention, we look, we investigate, we love this like a millionaire cat club kind of thing. I dig in your PFP there, but we appreciate you being here today and supporting us.
Thank you, and yeah, that's really what it's about is getting together. Cat Collective, it was one of the big things, and what I see very similar going on here is something we've always spoke about is kind of a safe index of memes and people that are doing things the right way. So I think this really brings that forward as well.
Yeah, it definitely does. Because I, it's hard to push out a narrative of collaboratives when even in there you're going to get people who just come in to see what the whole group is. I used to call it. I made a cart and all the donkeys jumped in the cart. right? And I'm stuck pushing it. Amy and I, AK-47 down below, her and I have been through that process to where we had, I forget what it was, like 50 or 60 radio stations at the time when we first started in. And it's like, everybody's like, well, what do we do next? And I was like running 40 radio station. I was like, okay, first off, you got to take charge of your own shit, right? You got to be a part of it. This collective of this DAO that we have, there's 5 of us that build proposals and network. There's 20 of them that do the majority of the pushing outwards, distribution and networking and building in that process. And then there's the 100 that are just out screaming it to the distributors of, hey, here's where everything goes. And as we build the next group, there'll be the retail, the people in it, using it and building it. And I think it's the same mentality that every coin should have. You should never have a solo dev. You should never have just a handful of people raiding. Everybody should know how to raid. And not just traditionally, like everybody wants to use a bot. But what about putting 20 people in a room and running over to YouTube, hunting out live YouTubes that are happening? Like, I remember I used to perform on Twitch and I was a gamer, a very prolific gamer. I had a gaming network and everything. But at the end of sometimes in my shows, when other shows would end, they would have this thing called raiding, where all those people would leave that were watching and they still wanted to watch something, would go to another show and they would join the thing, and it was called a raid. Why couldn't you do that still? Why couldn't you go to these YouTube channels or go to these live spaces and it's like, okay, this is a raid, yay, and everybody in, and they support by putting up the emojis and all that kind of stuff, and then just start following everybody in that group. There's so many different ways. Running into a Reddit raid, going into a forum and saying everything about who you guys are. They can't kill us all, kind of thing. So the days of Leroy Jenkins, if you know what that is basically over. You can't have it just a single Drew anymore. You need 50 Drews. And I say that with greatest love, because Drew is one hard-working motherfucker. And I personally feel like all of you, if you are a single dev, stop it. Start finding others around you that can help with you and build. And if you found somebody, congratulations. That's a powerful crew you're starting to put together. All right, Drew. Who else we got up? Anybody else that you know of in there?
Yep, we got Shane from Memezilla. What's
Jeez,
up, bro?
Not this guy again. Sorry, I'm only kidding, Shane. We love you, brother.
Nah, no offense taken. It's good to be here, lads.
Yeah, this is again. Yeah. This is another person that's in there working, hitting it hard on the top 20. He's the top of the top 20. Thank you very much, sir, for being here today.
No, it's a pleasure. Yeah, I just wanted to say kind of what my contribute is to this and how it's all come about, really. So basically, I'm fortunate enough to be on the Memezilla team, and I've got a massive network of meme coins. So my job now is to implement this into the meme coins who have onboarded on our platform, and continue to push it. Once we close the onboarding, we're going to be opening it up to like the mass market. I'll continue to do that. The idea of it all being free, that kind of sold it to me, because that's what Memezilla is all about. Memezilla is all about contributing to each other's projects and implementing stuff that, some people that might not already have. And, who doesn't like free money? You could go to anybody and say, "Here, do you want $10?" They're not going to say no. This is, it's a no-brainer to have something implemented into your project, what kind of generates you an income. And, just a little bit about Max as well. And Andrew, the top blokes, and, I trust them because they give me so much knowledge, and you can just reach out to them with anything, and they put you in the right direction all the time. So, you're never going to be left at a standstill with anything that you put into your project. If something goes wrong, it'll be fixed immediately. There's no bullshit involved. Yeah, just highly recommend it. It's wonderful. So yeah, thanks for all joining the space, and make sure you follow, like, and retweet the room, please.
Thank you very much, Shane from Memezilla. I appreciate that very much. But you made, I think, a faux pas there. You said that your contribution to this is the Memezilla stuff, and it's not. It has nothing to do with Memezilla. I'll be honest with you. It has all to do with you. Your integrity, who you are, how hard you work, what you put in, what you get out, and what you see in the value in others. That's why you're in my top 20, not because you're in Memezilla. And please, Memezilla, don't take this the wrong way. If Shane were to leave, he'd be here. Trust me, right? And valued to the roof, man. Right? I've been talking to this boy every single day, because in this world, your value, Shane, is the work that you do and who you are. I don't care what you got behind you. I don't care what your net worth is. I don't care if you're a multi-millionaire and you're putting all the money in. It doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is that you say what you do and you do what you say, and you're always a part of that process of moving forward. You know how to get past controversy and solutions and things like that. You know, I heard the other day he was on a Telegram and it got fucking kicked. And then all of a sudden he had to go make all these connections and do everything, and he was back up and running in a second. That tells you that that person has experience in the value of failure, right? And failure is good. Failure is not a bad thing. I was in a space earlier about win, 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 win. Well, guess what? Losing is part of winning. Because if you don't got the losing side, if you don't know how to get up out of the ditch that you just fucking fell in, and sometimes you guys are throwing yourself in the ditch, that's okay. But learning how to crawl yourself out of that. Don't jump in a ditch and then fucking have your hand out. Hey, who can help me get out of this ditch? No, get yourself out. Sometimes you do fall in a ditch, but your friends, if you really do have friends, like Drew and me, and Rip and Amy and Martin, we'll just, you won't even have to ask. We'll help pull you out. We'll give you the advice. You just have to ask if you want it. And sometimes with some of you, you don't even have to ask. We'll just pull you out. You know, we may tell you, hey, listen, because I know there was, when we had the conversation, I forget it was who, Sassa the other day, great coin, right? He was telling us about the trials and tribulations of how much he was spending on social planning and all that kind of stuff. And I said, just go back there and get it. Go to Panther Pilot free. Go. And I forced him while we were on the call to go do it, and loves it back there. Right? Sometimes you don't know what you don't know because you don't want to know. But Shane, you are a constant worker, and I can't thank you enough for being here today. You're always welcome with everything that we do, and I can't wait to see what's coming for you in our top 20 with everything that's happening.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys.
No worries. Okie dokie. What's up next?
I think that's all the speakers, unless you see some that haven't spoken yet.
I see a bunch down below. I mean, you got some kick-ass things down here. Listen, if you don't come here and follow every single fool in this joint, you know, if you want to come out and talk, if you got some stuff that you want to talk about. Now, before we have anybody else come out for the first time, I think if anybody here who has come out and talked already about, you know, our relationship, what we've done, I want to give you a couple minutes. We'll try to go down the line of people that we have coming out, first with Ransom, about anything new that you got coming out. If you want to shill something, you got something quickly to shill, I'd say 1 or 2 minutes, you know, just real quickly, because we do have a lot of stuff to still get out there and build. I got a lot of stuff happening tonight in my own world with everything that we're building. So we want to get out there and build. But I guess with Ransom and then down that line, and then if you do want to come up, please make sure you at least follow Drew and I, or Shogun and I, and shared the space, please. You know, that does help. And we'll go from there. Ransom, you got anything you want to come out with and end with the show with?
Yeah, I just want to say, you know, a big part of what's going on in the space right now, this sort of sideways action that we've seen that lasted a lot longer than a lot of people wanted it to. I kind of run TA and stuff like that, and I have a expectation of squeezes. So I figured that it was going to last a little longer than a lot of people thought, but a lot of people didn't have the wherewithal to sort of weather the storm. But you know, that's had its good and its bad, and the good that's come from that is that it's shown true colors, and we've actually kind of, it shrank the pool just a little bit, but it you know, you really get to see the absolute soldiers start to shine, and the absolute workhorses really stand out above the crowd. And so, you know, as this, it's really a consolidation period here before, you know, the market's inevitably going to heat back up. The cycle's going to kind of come back in full swing. And when that does, I think a lot of really sincere partnerships were actually made during the struggle and during this downtime. And so I'm really excited to have, you know, been onboarded with you guys. And realistically, it's like, yeah, I had a tough go of it. Realistically, you know, it's hard to fail, right? And you can look at it as failure, but honestly, uh, it's not failure, it's experience, and experience doesn't come easy. You don't get experience, especially good, sincere experience that builds character like that. You don't, and you learn a lot of lessons that way. It's hard to learn lessons without kind of going through it. So, the struggle, the strife, the, you know, picking up the pieces, things like that, that has absolutely been fundamental for a lot of these projects, and just the people who are sincere about their work and their dedication. That has been a fundamental element of what is going to play out in the next phase of this cycle. So yeah, I'm just a testament to that, where it's like, you can try all you want to squeeze blood from a stone, but nobody can really go it alone. You just can't do it. So I think that quality people are finding each other in this sort of downtime, in this consolidation. And so there's really a beautiful silver lining to that.
You're absolutely right. I personally feel like you've gone through your trials and tribulations, and why you have your kismet. You're here for a reason. We asked you to come and join us to be in our top 20, just like with Shane, because of your hard work and determination and your values. That's why you're here. Not because of what you built or what you can build for us, but because what you've already done for yourself. And if you could do it for yourself, you could do it with us. And you got us on your left and right to trust that process, which is powerful. You said something. There is, and you do technical analysis on charts. I traded for 20 years in the Forex market. Actually, even longer than probably 25 years. If I count what I refer to as box trading. Forex market, to me, the money market, foreign exchange, right? Started with me when I was very young, 18 years old, and I was on a Westpac for the Navy, U.S. Navy, and I walked into an Australian bank, and I had a couple $100. I traded my money in to get the dollar from Australia, and I walked out, and then it was a couple of hours later, I was told that I was going to ship out because it was an emergency ship out. I was like, oh fuck, man, this is stupid. And because it was like $200 exactly that I had when I went into the bank, and I went back to the bank. They were still open. I said, look, I'm sorry, I need to kind of trade this back, and it was already after hours. She goes, you have to come back tomorrow morning, because I can't trade because I don't know what the new number is, and I had no idea what the fuck they were talking about at the time. So I went to the ship. I ran back the next morning, and I handed my money in, and she gave me like $225 back. I was like, something's wrong here. I don't know what just happened. And she goes, well, the value of the currency changed during the night, and blah, blah, blah. And fucking light bulb went off. I was like, you kidding me? And so I went back, and I was talking to some of my family, and they're like, hey, yeah, that happens a lot. What if I were to tell you I could find out what the exchange rate was going to be in different places? And dude, we did arbitrage, with boxes of money for like 5 years like that. That's how I started in Forex. And when I started to learn later on technical analysis, I worked at TradingView for 4 years during a lot of different things that we were doing secretly behind the scenes as an analysis and indicator maker in that process. And I learned to read technical analysis along with fundamental analysis. And one thing I learned, and Drew gives me shit for this, if it goes up, it could go up or it could go down or go in the middle, right? But what he doesn't hear sometimes is that the knowledge of whether or not trying to pre-guess what it's going to do is a gamble. You're rolling the dice. But knowing what you're going to do when it does go up, and knowing what you're going to do when it goes down, or knowing what you're going to do when it stays sideways, is the most important thing of your trading plan. Not trying to guess if it's going to go up or down, on how to short or not short, but when to take the action and what to do when it does these things. That's the true power. Having a support and resistance system, having a risk to reward ratio network set into your plan. These are things that are powerful, and you can use this same thing, this one simple algorithm, C plus V equals G. Consistency plus volume equals goal. This is something that it probably just gave Amy shivers if she's listening right now, because this is something you can stand on the rooftops and scream. Once you become consistent, in order to reach your goal, you simply have to apply volume. That's it. That's the whole fucking secret sauce to everything that I do is C plus V equals G. because I find consistent workload in Andrew, I simply add more Andrews. That's it. And I know that's a physical impossibility, but it's true. Look what we have found already. But really, Andrew emulates who I am as well. I work hard. I can admit that. I have no qualms with saying that I'm probably one of the hardest working people within my industry. But that's from my perspective, because I do work hard. But all of you are at that level. Thanks, Ransom, for coming out. Who is up next in that process? I think we had one other person in there, but Vote Doge, if you want to come out and slam some stuff out there, if anything you want to say lastly for the space today.
No, I just really thank you for your hard work, what you're doing for all communities. Yeah, and we're just looking forward for what's coming next.
Great. Yeah, there's a lot of great stuff that's happening coming. We can't wait to get some of our stuff out. You know, the good part about this is that there's a lot of people who have great ideas. I know like OG puts a lot of work into building bots and entertainment network solutions and stuff like that. Super powerful things back there within our organization that we're going to have out as well. We're going to have these spaces. This is not King Max goes out and tells what to build. This is accumulation of everybody that was in here. Oh, Work for Your Bag too was probably in there as well if you wanted to come back up and say anything at the end. But the concepts for us is just to keep building, keep moving forward. And Vote Doge, I know that we're going to be heavily involved with a lot of stuff that you're building. And I can't wait to see the successes and the rates and things we're going to be building with you as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Anybody who was on the panel before, who came up before, if you'd like to come out, raise your hand and just come out and throw some last statements out there.
Yeah, so we also have Poop Coin on Solana. We also partnered with them a few days ago.
Oh,
so
cool. Yeah. I see them down there.
I'm trying to get them up here to speak.
Boop. It's okay if you can't make it this time. I completely understand, but we will have you out on spaces. We want to be able to talk to you. We'll be bringing you onboarding to get all your stuff, any questions you got in the back, and we'll save that for another time. But we'll be reaching out to you to be in a VC and get you onboarded and get in that process. I know I love the look of the coin and what you're doing over there. It's pretty cool. I know that Andrew and other people, you're part of over at Memezilla, so I can't wait to see that relationship flourish as well. Sneakily, I'm trying to get into look at the coin real quick. Actually, beautiful spot of entry here, sitting just right above 24. Nice ascending trend, super powerful. I'm on 15 minute. Let's go over a 4 hour. Very, very powerful. Beautiful look. Can't wait to see what's happening. Website looks cool too. I love the little character in there. Get you your coin reads, get you everything in there. But thanks a lot for being here today, Poot, as well.
Yeah, thanks, man. Did you say you worked for TradingView?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's awesome. I don't know if people realize like how big of a deal that is.
Yeah, every single DEX out there that uses a chart uses TradingView's chart.
100. Yeah,
I'm versed in PineScript and building indicators. I built the DEX indicator, the atomic indicator that was over there for Nadex. And that's where we started all of our problems in the world, was the Nadex and North American Derivative Exchange for Forex, which is cool.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, I was using PineScript back in the day, just making up custom stuff. But yeah, that's really cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So tell us a little, I guess, just a little shitcoin trying to get back to Uranus. I kind of like that. It's very funny. I want to have you in our spaces on Friday, if you can make it, to talk about your coin and really show the shit out of it. Have you had a chance, has your team had a chance to get in the back office of everything? Did you get all your details in?
Yeah, I got the everything submitted and stuff. So that was all yesterday, I think.
All right,
so I'm gonna go in today and check things out, see what we can do.
Yeah, there's some starter videos down in the courses section that you can start with, like adding team members and using the social planner. And as you get into these, we'll have more in there for you if you have any questions. I find that the site builder system is very intuitive, getting in there, making a template, doing that stuff, moving stuff around. And we'll have some very specific. If you see anything that you're going to be using a lot that you have questions on, please don't hesitate. Hit that chat room up, come into our community, ask away. I'll jump into VC. I'll show you whatever you need to show from that position as well. Anything that you don't know what to do in there, don't worry about it. If you don't know what it is yet, then you don't need it, probably, like the reputation management system back there. So But
Yeah.
we really look forward to, you using as many tools as you can over there and helping you along the way.
Hell yeah. All right. Thanks, man.
You're welcome. All right, Drew. OG or Doorman, do you have anything lastly you would like to kind of bring out to the table? And
Yeah, man, I wanted to shout out some team members in the audience. We got Dan the Man, the sexy purple ape.
Cool.
And we got Nerd Savage. He's actually the second dev of the project and really the heart of the project.
Yeah, there you
and
go.
OG Beans is there. And follow those guys, man. They are amazing.
Awesome. Yeah, everybody who comes in, I'm always in following everybody. You all should do the same thing. You're never too big to follow. In fact,
No, for sure. And that's growth, man.
Right. If you go to a page, like I'm looking at Dan the Man stuff, he has like 5,000. He's following 5,000, 5,300, and he only has 2,200 followers. Right. So that's really lopsided in there. But man, that's awesome. Giving out there into that process. I follow as much as I possibly can in every space that I go into, and that's something that's huge.
Love it, man. Kick it.
All right. Thank you so much, OG, for being here today. You are the OG, man. I appreciate you. Dorman, you got anything you want to chuck out last?
Yeah, no, just thanks for today. Thanks for the space. I can't emphasize enough how these kinds of relationships are important. So really, really appreciate it. Shout out to you and everyone that showed up today.
I appreciate that. Appreciate the flowers there. Make sure that you're on our space on Friday for the Mad Show. We're going to be putting that up on my profile here a little bit later today. And then that's the True Show over there. As we announce stuff out, we're going to probably put a lot of things into how well we're doing for the pre-sale. Keep track of our Twitter. Keep track of everything else over there. We're going to put out some pages on some of these coins too that are here that were inside today. Drew, you got anything last that you want to kind of chuck out there for today?
Yeah, so pretty much all the people in here who haven't either checked out our pre-sale and pink sale, check that out. If you have any questions or just want to know more about the project, also feel free to join our group on TG that's in the Shogun crypto bio as well. We just hit around 200 people. So each day we're adding, 75, 100 people since we started that pre-sale and pink sale. So yeah, just check us out on Telegram, hop in our voice chats. We have them probably 12, 16 hours a day. We're just hanging out in there, talking to people, trying to, build real bonds with the people who are buying our coin or supporting us.
Yeah, you can also come in and listen to us just destroy the scammers that come in. We have fun doing that as well. That's one thing I always found. It's all these people, they still don't learn that lesson. That's a tough lesson to learn, to walk into a place and be like, hey, can I speak to the owner? That shit just does not work, man. All right. Thanks, Drew, for everything you did today, setting up the space. You did a great job. There's lots of people that were here today. We expect to have at least once a week this Wednesday show that we were doing for Mad at this showtime. As the coin comes on live, Shogun will have its own space, its own process. We're our own KOLs. We're our own influencers. We're going to have AMAs with all of you. We want to be able to give those to you as free with these processes as well. We simulcast, so thanks a lot for everybody over on YouTube checking us out. And again, another consummate winner of the Who the Hell Is Out There award goes to TikTok with 62 people listening in. Absolutely wonderful, amazing. Can't wait to get this thing really humping out there. We're doing well. Keep in mind, there's a lot of stuff. Lastly, from my side, the concept of what we're building is not too strange, but it may seem like too good to be true. And that's tough. All these people are like, trust us, we're going to be the best, LFG to the moon, all that nonsense, but you'll never hear us talk that way. We like to have fun. We like to joke around. We swear. We're real people. But one thing we do have is the passion, the sincerity, and the commitment to make this work. We have the stick-to-itiveness to know that when there are mistakes, shit hits the fan, who are you going to depend on? The person who blames everybody, or the people that say, let's just get it done and fix it? You know, I was part of a coin here recently that it rugged from 1.5 million all the way down to like 15,000. It was crazy. And everybody in that room was like, you know, what should we do? What should we do? And everybody's like, well, let's give money and make this thing happen again. Let's start a new coin. Let's give it to Max and go. And I told them, no, I don't think we should. I don't think we should go. You know, let's settle and make sure things happen. Sometimes it's not always the best reaction to something bad is to run at it, but to take a breath, figure a good path, find your way out. We even personally just recently, when we fired off our trading bot, had some server issues with the network. But we had to make sure that we kept everybody safe and their wallet safe and the network safe. We had to communicate properly. And that's what we're doing here now. We created partners with some of you that are here today. And your partner, you may be only partnered with the bot. You may only be partnering with the raid bot. And I don't expect you to go into everything that we do. It's not mandatory. But I can tell you one thing. If you are here and you're participating with us, you will always get a lot of value from us, one way or another. You'll never see me come with my hand out. And I did so in the very beginning, trying to figure out how to work with this market and who we are. But now, just like any time, I bring value no matter what. And I think that's what this whole system is about. If you find yourself wanting to buy into the system of that pre-sale, let me tell you what you're going to get. You're not just going to get all of our tools and everything else that we have, but you're going to be part of a holding market that is like no other. And I hope that you guys will look back on this space that you were here today with and go, that's when it really started. That second week in, or third week in September of that ascending bull market that's on the way. I do too, do technical analysis to a certain level, but sometimes you need not so much to go to the moon, but I'm looking down from the moon and looking where it's coming to and where it's going already. Because my idea of success, if you can find your idea of what success is to you, is not looking up, but is having a hand up for everybody with me. My idea of success is having and bringing as many people along with me as possible. And if that's the case, then buy into the pre-sale. And even if not, if you can't afford to buy in or you don't want to diversify too much, I can completely understand. No harm, no foul. Be back in our spaces. Enjoy being with us, because misery loves company, but success loves everybody. So I appreciate all of you in this build out, what we did today, especially my partners, Drew, the top 20, everybody in there. I look forward to seeing what's about to happen. And we are very excited for the long way up. All right, everybody. Again, this has been a show all about the Shogun crypto system in our pre-sale here on September 25th, 2024. If you've been listening in, please join over. You can look at our link tree as well as our website at shoguncrypto.com. Being a part of that network is all about the top 20, the top 5, and the top 100 right at this point of holders will receive rev share from everything that we're building. As the future comes, the majority of the coin will be used to build out those systems immediately. Once we do, we'll start airdropping certain amounts to certain people that are in there doing work. The price to get through the door, the price of entry, is simple. It's called participation. Be a part of it. Live your life in an honorable state by simply being a part of the solution. Hold your heads up high and get ready to roll. Because there's no giving up in my life. I don't give up, I don't give in, and I don't give a shit who gets in my way. We will make this system work with every single person here. There's some of you that know me from the past of other things that I've done and know that that kind of attitude makes us millions. My partners Andrew, Rip, Amy, and Martin. Between the 5 of us, we are Shogun. The rest of you are part of our crew, and we appreciate you being here. And you'll mean to us just as much as our own family does. Speaking of which, most of my family's in this network as well. From from my brother to my sons to my wife. We're all here to make this system work, and I hope that you have enjoyed what you've heard today as we spit truths, we hone our honor, and we create a value like no other. We are Shogun. Get in our way, we'll slice you down quicker than anything. Ruggers, scammers beware. We hold no quarter for you. We will check you out, figure you out, and spit you out. All at the same time by building worth and self-worth within our network. This is probably one of the longest outros I have. But I appreciate you all for being here today. We'll see you next time. And as they say in my line of work, the best revenge is living well. So, go live well. I'm Trader Max. We'll see you next time.